Welcome to TYRO TV. I'm Ron Tijerina.
And I'm Cathy Tijerina. And Ron and I are the founders of the Ridge Project and the creators of TYRO.
TYRO is a Latin word which means apprentice, novice, someone learning something new. Ready? A warrior. Someone who's willing to fight for their legacy. Someone who's willing to put the work in, do what it takes, tighten up your bootstraps. Let's get down to this. Build a legacy for your family.
When we say fight for your legacy, we mean to fight in order to become a leader in your home, your community, and your workplace.
So who are you fighting against? Yourself.
Right, and your own defeated thinking,
Man.
your past, right? The things that hold you back, your imagination, the obstacles that come in front of you. You see, Ron and I know what we're talking about. We're not just saying, hey, these are the things that we read about that might work.
We're not coming out of a book.
No. We lived this. Our experience of doing 15 years of incarceration while Ron did the time on the inside and the kids and I did the time on the outside.
And so out of our experience, we've been able to put together not only a curriculum, but a curriculum that will change the way you think, the way you see life, the way you see yourself, and empower anyone who comes around you when you put into practice the principles that are in the TYRO Professional Development Program.
Ooh, heck yes. It's going to help you overcome every obstacle in order to build a strong, thriving family. Because that's what we're passionate about, is getting to the root of why you are in this situation. And the root is this dysfunction. And so as you deal with that, you're going to create a brand new legacy for you and your children and your children's children.
So Dad, if you're willing to get to work, if you're willing to deal with the issues that have been holding you back, right? If you're willing to look in the mirror and be honest with yourself, we guarantee you will be successful. And in levels, right? You'll be able to go from one level to another level, create, reinvent, reinvest in yourself and all those around you. But you gotta be willing to be honest with yourself and put the work and the time into getting this done.
Yeah. It's hard work, but the return on the investment is incredible. And so today we're going to actually talk about the potential, your potential for greatness. We're going to talk about all things around potential and how you can actually find your potential and unleash it.
You got to be able to activate it. When Cathy says unleash it, that means you got to activate something within you that will excel you to a new level, right? You got to really deal with the issues that have been holding you back, because all of us have potential to do better.
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
To do better.
But oftentimes that potential is so buried in regret that we never live up to our potential. So if you're ready for a new life, if you're ready to really have the life you've always dreamt of having, then you want to stay tuned as we break down what it means to activate potential.
So get out a sheet of paper and get ready to write some notes down, because get ready, here we go.
We'll be right back.
Welcome back to TYRO TV. I'm Ron Tijerina.
And I'm Cathy Tijerina.
And today we're talking about the power of potential. Where does potential reside? Right? Where does it come from?
What is potential? And so oftentimes people confuse potential with opportunity. And that's why we never live up to our highest potential, because we're always thinking, well, when the opportunity comes along, then I can live up to, whatever I want or whatever I'm dreaming.
Right.
But that's not how it works. Potential is not opportunity. Potential is innate. It's part of who you are. It's your gifts, your talents, your abilities that may or may not have been activated inside of you.
When we're growing up in life, we have somebody in our corner either telling us, now listen, dads, either telling us how great we are going to be, how good we are, how smart we are, how hard a worker, problem solver we are, or on the other side, how, we get the negative responses. Maybe you had a bad childhood and dad always told you, you will never amount to nothing. You will always be dumb. You're just like them. You're never going to get where you want to go. And when you hear that type of attitude or those type of affirmations that are really negative, it will suffocate and it will squash your potential.
Right.
But when you have somebody in your corner constantly telling you you can do it, that we are rooting for you, listen, dads, this is why this is so important. You know, what is it? Potential is what ignites and excels and will cause to grow in your family's legacy greatness, conquering every obstacle, right? We're talking about the potential that your children have to not only do well, but excel past you.
So when we're talking about potential, we mean that inside of you resides, you think about it like a seed, right? So you've got a little teeny tiny seed that looks like came out of a tomato. So it's a tomato seed. So you look at this seed. Can you do anything with that seed? I mean, you can't cook, you can't make salsa, you can't make spaghetti sauce, you can't make a salad, you can't put it on your tacos, right? It's a tiny little seed, but that seed holds the potential for a huge plant that bears a lot of fruit, a lot of tomatoes, that you can make a lot of things with. The same thing inside of you. But in order for that seed to actually take root and grow, it's got to be put in fertile ground. Because if we put it in frozen ground and we pack it all up and suffocate it, that seed will never realize its potential to produce the plant that produces the fruit, that causes sustenance in people's life. The same thing with you. All of us, every single human being has got potential inside of them. So if you never activate that potential, if that potential is never fed what it needs to be fed in order to produce fruit and grow in your life, well then it's doo-doo, right? It's not worth anything. And so what we're talking about is your innate ability to produce, to do something, to accomplish something that is inside of you. Think of it even like starting a fire. So if there's never that flame that's put to it that actually ignites it into growth, then it won't grow. But maybe your potential started to catch on fire and then something came and doused it out. And you think, well, it's never going to happen for me. That is not the way true potential is. It's not like a seed that if it really completely dies and it's been squashed, that it'll never bear fruit. Your potential always resides within inside of you.
So you've always had the potential to become successful, but we've allowed other things outside of ourselves to suffocate the greatness that's within, right? Rather that potential, once you discover the potential, your passion, right? You will ignite your purpose, right? Because potential walks with passion. And your potential to what? To change your environment, to change your attitude, to change who you are. If you don't like who you are today, you have the potential to change it, but you got to become conscious and make that conscious decision right now. You know what? I don't want to ever come back to the penitentiary again. I have the potential to change and redirect my life.
Right.
But maybe you got to learn how. This is learned behavior now. If you're going to set a new course, find that true North Star in your life, you got to recognize the potential you have to change your thinking, to change the way you see opportunities, the way you see your experience right now. You know, a lot of people that I met when I was incarcerated, man, they were amazing. They were doing great things inside prison, but they could never see themselves doing great things outside of prison.
Right.
So they became what we term as, and I don't even like using this term, institutionalized. They began to believe that the best they could do and the experience they were having was inside the prison.
Right.
In fact, they said, you know what, I really appreciate prison because now I'm validated. Now I'm worth something. But they could never take that experience they were having and transfer that.
So they were never living
them.
up to their potential. See, people will come around you, believe in you. You attract people that when they see potential inside of you. You know, I was attracted to Ron because of the potential, not because of who he was, but because of the potential that I saw inside of him. But if Ron never lived up to that potential, I would have been done. I would have been out, done, gone. And so because the potential inside of you will attract. But if you refuse to live up and ignite that potential, then what happens is people give up on you and say, you know what? I thought I saw something in him, but you know what? I was in denial. I just imagined it because you suffocate that potential. So potential is the resident energy inside of you that gives you the ability to become something great. A great dad, a great husband, a great employee, a great business owner, whatever it is, that resides inside of you already.
How many times have you heard somebody say, you're better than that?
Yes.
You're better than this, right? Well, we've all maybe have heard that at one time or another. Well, here's the opportunity to ignite the better, right, inside you. So we come back, we're gonna talk about why this is really important, why this is something that you need to activate in your life.
And then we'll tell you how to do it. So stay tuned, you don't wanna miss this. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to TYRO TV. I'm Tijerina.
And I'm Cathy Tijerina.
And today we're talking about this seed that's inside you that wants to burst, that wants to grow, that wants to really flourish, not only you, but anybody who's around you. Because I'm going to tell you this, the seed is called potential.
Right.
Right. I remember when I was incarcerated and one of my mentors, who was another inmate, who, there's some great people in there that can help you grow and become better. He asked me, I was at a job site called OPI. I worked at the Ohio Penal Industries, and we worked in the textile shop. And I looked across the whole factory and seen everybody on their sewing machines and so forth. And one of my mentors asked me, he said, TJ, tell me what you see. What do you see when you look out there? And I looked and I seen a sea of blue, right? And as I'm looking at it, I'm studying, I said, you know what I see? He said, what do you see? He said, I see potential. He said, you're getting it. That's exactly what you're supposed to see. Potential in what? In everybody. Mm-hmm. Because when you can recognize potential in people, that means you're activating the potential within you. Right. Birds of a feather, what? Flock together. When you're activating the potential to grow, to learn, to humble yourself, right? To die to your selfish desires and to rise up to those things that will excel you and all those around you to become better, not bitter. This potential will resonate with other people who are trying to become better, and they will rally and gather around you to reach your highest potential. Because why? This is reciprocal. You help others, they will help you.
And so nobody can ever steal your potential from you. You are the one that suffocates it. Hear this, because this is really hard. So you are the one, you can say, you know what, I had a rough childhood and my parents always told me I would never be anything. And you know what, my dad left, my mom left, my grandma, or my auntie.
There's always excuses.
Always excuses. But the truth is, that potential still resides inside of you. You are now making a choice to allow those things to continue to hide your potential. And if you make a decision and a choice to live up to your potential and to unleash your potential, the why is the big factor. When you begin to live up to your potential, you give your children permission to live up to their potential.
You remove any excuse that anybody could ever have why they can't make it. Right? When they see right where you're at, Dad, right when you're in the penitentiary, but you're excelling, you're becoming healthy, your thinking is clear, and you're creating and you're inventing things right there in the penitentiary, right? A new you, reinventing a new you with this potential of dreaming. And when you do this, your children will gravitate towards that, and they will say, wow, if my dad can do it, your wife, their significant other, your family, if they can grow and become better while they're in prison, man, what's my excuse? Why am I letting the cares of the world out here? I'm not locked up, but I can't seem to be as happy or find my potential like you have, and you're in prison.
So as you begin to walk out your potential, you will experience such a sense of peace, regardless of the obstacles, regardless of anything else, because you are activated in living up to who you are, who you were designed to be. When we think about your desires, your gifts, your talents, the things that you enjoy doing, you begin to do those things, and then outside influences will not have as big of an effect on you. When you're not living up to your potential, you constantly have this inner battle, this constant conflict inside of you, and you feel despondent because you just feel hopeless. And when you can break through that, when you break through that hopelessness and you begin to activate your potential, you begin to attract even more people like, wow, look at what he has overcome. Look at what he's doing. He's not letting his past define him. He's living up to the potential that I always saw inside of him. And that begins to attract a lot more people to your life to help you achieve your own greatness.
Those are words you use. You said have a breakthrough. We're talking about having a breakthrough because when you activate your potential and this seed that's inside you begins to grow and you begin to wake up in the morning and you're finding your purpose, right? And you're activating this purpose. Your passion is going to be so contagious. People are going to ask you, how are you doing it? How are you thriving in prison? How is it that you still got a smile on your face? Because you're not denying that you're incarcerated. Yeah. You're not in denial, but you're taking advantage of this great opportunity to become better, not bitter. Because why? Your potential is activated. Some of you need to learn how to read. Right. Some of you need to go back to school, GED, maybe go to college, do online courses, whatever it takes.
And you need to set aside the things that trap you, right? Those negative behaviors that you constantly find in a cycle. Man, I keep getting caught up in this. Keep getting caught up in lying, cheating, gambling. I keep getting caught up in pornography. I keep getting caught up in infidelity. Whatever it is, Whatever those cycles are, you need to stop it, because I'm going to tell you this. So when someone is attracted to you for your potential and you never live up to your potential, and you keep doing this over and over again, instead of breaking free and saying, you know what, I'm going to be who I really want to be, initially there's disappointment. They're like, hey, you're better than that. But eventually that feeling of attraction turns to disgust. And when they look at you, all they feel is disgusted because you won't live up, and they see it. They're like, wow, he's refusing to live up to his potential.
Another look that some people may have, they're gonna feel sorry for you.
Right.
Say, wow, I feel sorry for that person. Why is that? Why do you feel sorry? Man, they have so much potential and they keep throwing it away. Well, why do you think that is? Because they refuse to humble themselves and embrace the truth about who they really are. They really believe they're this thug. They really believe they're this whatever it is, this negative atmosphere that they've embraced. Listen, why is this so important? Your children need to see that no matter what is happening to you, you are successful, you are thriving. They need to see the real McCoy in you, that life might give you lemons. What do you do with a lemon?
And as you live up to your potential, you are going to earn respect and honor from people around you. I mean, this is really a powerful thing, because when people respect you and you've earned that, then you're going to have a transition back into your home, your community, and your workplace that is much smoother. So when we come back, we're going to take a short break, but when we come back, we're going to tell you how. How do you tap into your potential and unleash it?
We'll be right back.
Playing catch, basketball, laughing, and enjoying each other's company. These are all normal things on the outside, but many times are missed in a visitation setting. TYRO Dads brings the same fun experience to the inside through Family Days. As a TYRO Dad, you have the opportunity to participate in this fantastic event. Family Day is designed to allow fathers and families to engage with each other through activities designed to stimulate communication, learning, and play. Family Days will not only be a highlight for you, but for your children as well. The Ridge Project has strategically developed Family Day as an opportunity to help you connect with your child throughout your separation, and help both of you develop skills to continue building your relationship when you return home.
Welcome back to TYRO TV. I'm Ron Tijerina.
And I'm Cathy Tijerina.
Today we're talking about potential. We're talking about, that I would do everything in my power. I will strive to reach my highest potential. And now we're going to talk about how. How do you activate this? How do you apply this to your life? It's one thing to say, I recognize the potential I have in me, but if you don't know how to activate it,
right, it's poop.
It's doo-doo.
It's doo-doo.
Right?
It doesn't mean anything.
Doesn't mean nothing.
Eventually, everybody else will follow your lead and give up on your potential. Hear this. Because if you give up on your potential, initially there'll be still people around you. You're better than this. You can do this. You can do this. But when you continue to do that, then you infect other people's perspective of you, opinion of you, and they begin to give up on you too.
Right.
So you're leading the way.
Yep. So number one. So we wrote down here, you got to make a list. You got to make a list of what? When you were a child, what were you dreaming about?
Right.
What did you say you wanted to be when you grew up? I know there isn't a man in there who says, when I grow up, I want to be a convict.
Right.
That was not on that list. So don't write that down, because if you do, you're still in denial.
So before you killed your own dreams, hear that, before you killed your own dreams, what did you dream of doing? So that's on your list. And then after you list what you used to dream about doing, make the next list of all the things that you enjoy now. What are the things that you like to do, that you enjoy doing, that give you satisfaction? Make a list of those things too. Do you like drawing? Do you like cooking? Do you like coding? Do you like computers? What are the things that you actually like? Wow, I feel really fulfilled when I do this.
Now, we're talking about, did you like working on a car? Did you like cleaning cars? Did you like working in a factory? Whatever it was, whatever it is that brought you some joy. Now, number two is identify that. Identify and say, you know what, this is what is it that I would probably do and not get paid?
What would I like to do?
What is it that brings joy to me? And then identify it, write it down, right?
So remember, number one is make a list of your dreams and the things that you enjoy doing now, the things you always dreamt about that you would like to do, and the things you enjoy doing. Number 2, now from that list, you're going to identify, wow, this is what I really want to do with the rest of my life. I want to build my own business. I want to detail cars. I want to write computer code. I want to be a teacher. Whatever that is, identify, wow, this is what I really want to do.
Now, number 3, here it is. Now you got to work hard. Now you got to get up in the morning and make that decision. I'm going to prepare myself before I hit the streets so that I can walk into that which I want to do, right, when I go home.
Yep.
Right? That means you might have to disassociate yourself with some of your peers, because if you're striving to do something that you want to do out here, not everybody's going to be rooting for you. Right. Not everybody's going to be in your corner. So you got to figure out, do I want them in my corner, or do I need to find other people with like-mindedness?
Right.
I have a saying that says, just because you're my color doesn't make you my kind. Because if you don't think like me, you can't walk with me. And you have to come with that conscious decision. Man, does everybody here got my best interest at heart?
Ooh-wee.
Right? Do they really want me to achieve or arrive to my greatest potential? Or are they really suffocating me? Are they holding me back? Right? Because we already know you're holding yourself back. If you haven't ignited or activated your greatest potential within you, then you're your worst enemy. But when you become your best friend, you got to look around you, outside you. Who else is my worst enemy?
Right.
And who is my best friend?
As you begin to work hard, that means identifying, okay, what are the steps I need to take in order to make number 2 come true? So number 1 is past. What did I used to dream about? What do I enjoy doing now? Number 2, wow, how does that translate into something I can do for the rest of my life? And I can make money at it. I can actually make a living and create something. Number 3, now I got to work hard in order to make that come true, right? And all part of that is you are activating your potential. And you're activating the potential to change the world. Changing whose world? Your world. Your kids' world. And you're giving them permission to live up to the potential inside of them, to identify their dreams and to dream big and then start achieving those dreams. This is so important. These 3 steps will help you change your life and change your kids' lives.
You know, I heard the thing, I was in a prison teaching TYRO, and they had a poster up there, and the quote was, if I can remember right, it goes to the effect of, where I heard it said that the sky's the limit. But then they turn around and says, the sky's not the limit, because I know they put footprints on the moon. You see, where is your potential? How far do you want to go? Where do you want to go? If they got to the moon, where do you want to go? How far do you want to soar?
And now they've got to Mars, right? So if you're watching the news, you see that now we are conquering Mars.
Conquering outer space.
Yeah.
So you got to conquer your own inner space, man.
Right.
You got to get that clutter out of there, see the potential, and create a better world for not only you, but for your children.
Right. So when you think about your universe, not just your world, not just the sky, but the universe, that means the effect that you're going to have across your lifetime and for generations to come. What legacy do you want to leave? What are you passionate about? Ron and I, as we sat in prison visiting room, we were like, wow, we're really passionate about cutting off this generational cycle from our kids and then helping every other family we come into contact with.
This generational cycle of what? Of poverty, of incarceration, of the entitlement mentality, of laziness, right? And all these things that were so detrimental to our well-being, we had to make a conscious decision. You know what? I want to live to my highest potential. Right. I may not know what it is right now. I don't know what my potential is, but let's go find out.
Right, but I know what my passion is. And as I pursue my passion, then that unleashes my potential, which then propels me into success. So when we come back, we're going to wrap it all up. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to TYRO TV. I'm Ron Tijerina.
And I'm Cathy Tijerina.
And you know, we've been talking about potential, you know, and that's something I think also we've taken for granted. You know, you've taken the life that you get, the life that you were created to manifest, to walk out in. And a lot of times we've let other people snuff us out of our dreams and really our potential.
And then we're afraid to take action. kick that fear out of the way. Of course it's scary. Of course it's scary to confront your passion and your purpose, and it's scary to take that first step. And it's intimidating to talk to people about, hey, you know what, I want to make a change. I want to sign up for this class. I need help learning to read. I need help learning to do whatever it is in order to accomplish my goals and my dreams. It is scary. But you know what? The truth is, everybody is nervous and afraid to take those first steps.
So be careful who you share your dreams with.
Right.
Right? Because not everybody's going to be in your corner. Not everybody's going to celebrate your new way of thinking, right?
You want people to join you in your courage, not increase your fear.
That's a powerful word. Enjoy. We want people to say that again, Cass.
To join you. Encourage.
Encourage. And listen, everybody has courage. You've been sitting back waiting for somebody to push you. Well, we're pushing you now.
Right, yep.
Right? Go get it done. Dad, don't wait till you get home. Your children are counting on you to arrive equipped, arrive strong, and carrying yourself in a way that, you know what? They're going to see something. What is that? It's called potential.
If it was easy, everybody would be living up to their potential. It's not easy, but it's so worth it. You got to find the courage inside of you. And there are people that like watch this show and say, oh man, they don't know what they're talking about. You know what? I'm sick and tired of hearing them. They're not real. We are real.
We've been doing this for a long time now. And guess what? We got battles too.
Yep.
Right? People have come and hated on us. Right?
But we know that it takes courage to face everything and recover. And that's what we do every day. And we're excited about every day because we know we have the potential to overcome every obstacle in front of us. And you know what? Because we know we can do it, we know you can do it.
We know that we can change the world. First, it began changing us. It first began changing me, Cathy changing herself. We began these baby steps in prison. While I was in prison, Cathy outside. Rome was not built in a day, and guess what? We're still under construction.
Right. Nothing can stop us. Not COVID, not negative mental attitudes, not other people, not even policies. When you know what your potential is, you keep walking out your destiny and living out your dreams, and you will be amazed at the success that you will acquire.
You know what? Thank you so much for letting us be part of your journey here on TYRO TV. If anything that we said, if we wouldn't leave you right now, listen, you have potential inside you, but it's up to you to humble yourself and activate it, right?
So always remember, until next time, that we
are rooting for you.